Welcome, it's Denome. In today's video, I will show you the DYDX project and the DYDX token, and I will share with you a trading setup, but I will also explain why this is not a good long-term investment, this project. And I initially, when I bought the project, I thought this is gonna be a great investment for long-term price appreciation. But then after I did a little bit more research, I came to the conclusion that I will make a short-term trade here, but I will not make a long-term play with DYDX. So this is going to be basically showing you the good and the bad of the DYDX project here. The first thing which I do want to share is obviously what is this project and what do they do and all that. So DYDX, it is a decentralized marketplace for altcoins mostly. And you can do leverage trading here. They have their own chain, but you can basically bridge assets from Ethereum over to the DYDX platform, and then you can start trading whatever altcoin you want here, or even Bitcoin or whatever. And this is decentralized, which means that there's a governance token for DYDX, and currently the APR, if you stake DYDX, is 8.17%, which is quite nice reward, but you do have to hold the DYDX token, which is obviously quite bad in my opinion. And another downside here with the staking is that there is a 30-day unstaking period where you cannot sell the DYDX token, and when you don't earn any rewards either if you start unstaking. So this is very annoying in my opinion. But it is what it is. It's not the best or the worst. It's just the situation there. So this is basically the platform here, and they do have a very healthy organization. As you can see, they are very happy, everyone, and they are traveling, at least mostly it seems like, in the United States. And all in all, the project and the community is very healthy. When we go over to the forums here, you can see they have a very active community, a lot of posts here, a lot of suggestions, and they do have a new update coming in this fall as well. So they have something called DYDX Unlimited coming this fall, which means a few updates. So they will allow basically permissionless market listing. So anyone can list any market, which means an altcoin trading pair, on DYDX without a requirement of a governance vote. So this is gonna streamline a lot of things. New projects can get listed on DYDX very easily, and only the user who launches the project, they only have to deposit a little bit of USDC for the initial liquidity, and then the trading can start. And they will also launch a mega vault where you can basically it's just like a master liquidity pool, and if you deposit for the master liquidity pool, you can share in the rewards, and apparently you can get high APR on the trading fees here. Overall, the platform itself is quite good. When we take a look at the stats here, you can see the total trading volume is $220 billion, which is quite a lot, and the total fees that this platform has made is $42 million in fees, and the total value locked currently is $200 million, and they even have an insurance fund for $7 million. And because this is a revenue generating platform, I do like it a lot. And when I take a look at these numbers here, which is the number of addresses with deposits versus withdrawals, you can see the green line is consistently above the blue line, which means that there are more deposits coming in than there are withdrawals going out. So that's very nice to see. And also when we take a look at the insurance fund balance, it has steadily been growing and growing. So that means that they are a very healthy project. They are generating revenue, so everything is looking good. And when we take a look at the trading volume, even the trading volume is quite healthy here. If we just take a look at the weekly net fees by market, you can see we're basically consistently over $500,000 in net revenue generation per week. So this is quite nice, even though now it's considered I don't know if it's a bull market or bear market, but it's a weird market. And even now, a lot of trading on altcoins and different markets here. So there's a lot of users here, and the users are very active and they are loyal as well, and they are attracting more and more users. So these are basically the reasons why I wanted to invest into this project. And when I take a look at the chart here, even the chart told me like, hey, Denome, this is an undervalued asset. Just take a look at this. In basically a few months, the asset has dropped 80% in value. So I usually like to trade these completely undervalued assets, because that means that there's not a lot of downside left to go. Most people who wanted to exit already exited. But here is where things start to get a little bit bad for this project, and why I don't want to invest this in the long term. So the first thing that I do want to share is this bottom here. So when we take a look at the line here, this is basically the absolute bottom for the price, but it wasn't able to stay above that bottom. We went below it. We were able to bounce back above that line, but now we have basically fallen below it once again. And this is now the trading setup that I said. I actually bought this project here at 85 cents. And just make sure that you have your stop loss below 84 cents. So as long as you do this, then you are safe. But the downside here is that we have had the same pattern before on the chart here. And as you can see, this is the same green line we have currently right now, but the green line wasn't able to hold. And then we actually just fell below the structure as well. And the price peak was $27, which I think this project will never ever see again, by the way, because of the inflation of the token, which I will come back to very soon. But all in all, this was a very unhappy time if you invested in this project. You lost a lot of value here. So that's what I'm afraid will happen here, or could happen here as well. It's probably not going to be as dramatic, but the price could go even to like, it could halve here once again. That's basically my worst case scenario here with this token. And also, as you can see here, I have something called unlocks on the chart. So when I took a look at the token inflation, it took me a while to understand the project, because there's a couple of problems. First is when you go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, you can find the DYDX token and you can find something called ETH-DYDX. And the reason they have basically two tokens is that they are on both chains, their own chain, and they are on Ethereum. And when you take a look at the total supply, you have different supplies for each token. But to basically sum it all up, there's a total supply of 1 billion tokens. So the fully diluted market cap right now is $850 million. So that's quite a huge market cap already for basically just a leverage trading platform. $850 million is quite large, even though this price is at the absolute bottom already. And the total value locked on the platform was only $200 million. The other numbers look very, very good, but I don't see exact undervalue in that at the moment. And now we come back to the unlocks, and this is where things get a little bit crazy. So as you can see, when we made that $27 high, only, 67 million of the total supply was released. So basically 6.7% of the supply had been released, and then the price peaked at $27. Right now, we have 600 million tokens which have been unlocked. So we have basically 10x'd the supply from the total peak of $27. So that's quite bad. The other bad thing is, as you can see here, on the November of 2023, investors started to get their unlocks. So the supply went from $200 million in October of 2023 to now 600 million tokens. So that has been an increase of basically 3x of the total supply. So when we come back to the chart here, this is when the unlocks actually started. And then the price basically failed to make any new real highs here. And then the inflation has started to become visible on the chart. So here we had 200 million tokens. Now we have 600 million tokens. That means that when we just take a look at the price chart here, this price, which is 85 cents, is basically comparable to the price before the unlocks at $2.4, because the supply was 3 times less than it is right now. That means that the price here, we basically have to times by 3 as well to get the real value. So in my opinion, right now, this is not exactly undervalued because of the inflation. The market cap has basically been going sideways, but because there's so many unlocks coming to the market, the price is going down while the actual market cap is basically staying the same. And all these investors who are getting their unlocks, they are extremely happy, obviously. I'm pretty sure they did not invest with the fully diluted value of $850 million. And as the investors are getting more and more and more and more of their invested capital here, I think they will be dumping on the investors as time goes on. So this is basically why I don't want to invest long term into this project. And even now at this price point here, I think this is a good trade setup. But because we have so many unlocks coming to the market, still 40% of the supply is yet to come to the market. And it will basically enter circulation within 1 year time, a little over 1 year. But anyway, for those reasons, I'm basically not that interested in this project here. And this is not a new project either. It's quite old, and it has lost a lot of its, let's say, interest. There are still new users coming to the market here, but mostly the gamblers and whatnot, they are doing whatever meme token trading and something like that. So that for these reasons, basically DYDX doesn't seem as good of an investment that I thought it was, just looking at the sudden price drop here alone. So you have to factor in the token unlocks, and that basically means that this is not a good long-term investment in my opinion. It is very unlikely that we will ever even reach $4.5 here at the previous peak because of the unlocks. This means if we would reach $4.5, that means that the total value of this protocol project would be $4.5 billion, and that is a little bit insane. Obviously, it can happen if they start attracting a lot of users, so it could happen. And they do have a plan for that as well. So I do want to share this here. It's here. So they have the Megavolt coming, they have the permissionless market listing, and they do have an affiliate program coming up as well. So currently they don't have an affiliate program. Apparently they used to have it, but right now they don't have an affiliate program. So I guess when they finally release this, then they will make a push for marketing, and hopefully they will be able to attract users. But as of now, when I put the asset in Santiment here, the good thing is when we take a look at the total number of DYDX holders, you can see this is steadily increasing here. So people still, for some reason, want to hold the DYDX token, even though it has completely crashed in price. People are still buying it and hoping it will go up in price. So that's quite good. But when we take a look at the percentage of total supply in profit, so basically people who are holding a profitable position right now, that's only 17% right now, which is absolutely devastating for most people. As you can see, most people have bought here, and they are just holding a losing position, and now the investors are basically dumping on the retail investors who have bought the DYDX token here. And I think many people, they will eventually just throw in the towel and sell their DYDX. And when that happens, when the investors are selling and the retail investors are selling, that's basically when we will have the absolute best time to buy the token. And that's why this thing here could also repeat as well. So nothing is for certain, but these are just the reasons why I don't think this is a good long-term investment. But the trade setup still here is quite nice. We have had a large, massive dump already, and we're basically at a support here. So as long as you have this as your stop loss, then this is still a safe trade. And below here, once we actually go and stop at the yellow line once again, you can make a long trade there. But overall, this has been my review or overview of the DYDX token and the project. And I don't mean to shit on the project at all. I think they are doing a fantastic job, but just as a trader, investor, this is my analysis of the DYDX token. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. So make sure to like the video before you go and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.